And yes, final 2 matches. But what a way to open it up with a game that has a lot on the line here. And Renegades don't want to just keel over and give up. It seems like they want to take the fight to FNRGFE.
Which is great. We'll see if they can do it. Scenarios, though, that come out of this match. If Renegades were to win any type of win, that would put Rogue into the playoffs. FNRGFE would be out. FNRGFE wins 3-1. They're in. They're in 4th place. And if they win 4-0, they'll actually be tied with Envision. So we'll have to do a match. I believe it's going to be a best of 3 on Ilios to figure out who will get that 3rd, 4th spot, which is huge because
it's
huge because you wouldn't go up against Envy in the 1st round, but you still have FaZe, who's been looking better and better every week there as well.
A great man once said, "To be the man, you got to beat the man." You know who I'm
that was
talking
Ric Flair.
about. That was the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And I do understand the perspective of wanting to avoid Envy in the 1st match, but if you want to win the whole damn thing,
you got to beat him.
You got to do it. You got to do it, period.
Yeah.
So just want to let you guys know, no matter what, you just got to win, period.
You just wanted to get a Ric Flair reference in.
And I wanted to get a Ric Flair reference. Hey, if ZP was able to get 2 John Cena references in a broadcast, I think I'm allowed 1 Ric Flair reference, but this is, our final 2 games, so there's
also
probably going to be more WWE
Ric Flair
references.
infinitely better than John Cena as well. I would say 2 John Cena references equals 1 Ric Flair reference.
Okay. That's
if you were to kind of look at them, it's a mathematic problem. Yeah.
WWE mathematics and how you reference them makes. So what's a Roman Reigns reference worth?
Oh, negative amounts. you couldn't pay me enough to watch Roman Reigns wrestle. Anyway, Renegades, we'll see what they go with. You never know the type of situation they're in. Hey, we're gonna really kind of come out here, do it for Rogue. We could see a lot of Bastion. We don't really know. Looks like at the beginning though, it looks like they'll be running something a little bit more serious. You'll have Mangachu on the Junkrat. Jesus will run the McCree. You get that Ryan Zarya combination. It'll be the same exact thing on the side for FNRGFE. Look for Buds to make an impact here on the Junkrat. We saw him use the Junkrat on this point against Envious. He's very effective.
Yeah, and furthermore, and I was going to say, that first pick being very important, Buds, when they played against Envy, it was just like a whole different team. Even when you think about that matchup potentially between FNRGFE and Envy that could happen given the results of this game, it is crazy to think that FNRGFE performed as well as they have, and they're a team similar to Rogue that woke up midway through the season.
The point does become unlocked. Mangachu will get that first pick, so they're just kind of following up Primo Dolce, walking onto the point here. See Clockwork trying to land these shots. You get rid of Mangachu, it takes a lot of that area denial that he's putting down on the Junkrat. Maybe they'll be able to make it back towards the point, but it'll be Renegades who comes out here, takes the point first.
Really good job from Renegades too to just disengage at the appropriate moment, recognize that they lost Primo Dolce early on in that fight, and it was just not a fight that they were going to win. But with Cool Matt having a significant amount of charge in here, look for him to go in and apply a lot of damage here, especially to this Reinhardt shield, but they are going to have a Riptire to deal with coming from Mangachu, and he might be able to get a kill with this one. Goes through, gets 3 kills from that Mangachu. Oh my goodness gracious. Is able to get himself 3. The follow-up and FNRGFE are being pushed back. Matt, we may have spoken too soon.
Okay.
Because Renegades are here to play, baby.
Well, look, Renegades, they use the tire. Now they have some ultimates to work with in the next fight. You can take a look. The tire replay. Bouncing off the walls here. Yep.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Could have been 4, but Cool Matt popped bubble at the, pretty much at the nick of time.
FNRGFE, they have a ton of ults here. They could use the grab plus their own Riptire if they did want. It's going to be a grab that comes out a little bit earlier from the Renegades.
And you're going to have a nice kill there with the Deadeye, but Buds is going to answer with 2 of his own with the Riptire. Now you're going to have 3 down here for Renegades, and there comes the Earth Shatter, the fat Earth Shatter, sending back everyone. And that will be FNRGFE clearing it out. Renegades do manage to get 67% on the point, about 70 here, yes?
Renegades does hold on to some ultimates, though. You use your Sound Barrier, you use your Deadeye, and you use your grab. But you do have a Earth Shatter coming in the next fight. You have your Nano Boost, and you have another Riptire. So they could easily combo these ults. Nothing on the side of FNRGFE. Take the point right back.
Mangachu's
There's
on the high
Mangachu
ground
with another tire.
And I don't think they know where this is going to be coming from. All right, so they do have the idea. It's going to go to the back lines. He's going to get himself 2 again. Mangachu, you savage man. You're just lighting it up with these rip tires. That's going to be 2 down, and that should give them the opportunity to be able to push in as they do get some more kills. And now Renegades, they're going to make this flip happen. Mangachu's a man on a mission.
And Renegades still holds on to their Earth Shatter and their Nano Boost. So you come into this next fight for FNRGFE, you don't have any of your support ults. All you have is that Earth Shatter. See if
they had
Puma
no
can land a
vision
big
on
one.
Mangachu either. They had no idea where that was coming from.
He's a Junkrat specialist, Alex.
Yeah, evidently. So, hey, you know, this is
an early pick there from Mangachu. So you get Buds out of the equation, they lose a ton of damage.
Was clockwork too.
They got to be careful here. You have the Earth Shatter there, comes down from Primo Dolce, knocks down Cool Matt, some follow-up from the rest of his teammates. And this should be a first point that Renegades takes.
And Renegades with authority.
Okay. Okay. Doing it for Detroit.
Oh, man. Doing it for Eminem.
Eminem would be from Detroit. Is
Yes.
he the only person you know from Detroit?
Well, you know, Pistons.
That's a team. That's not a
Sure.
person.
You know?
Do you know anyone who plays for the Pistons?
Well, I know a couple of the older players from back in the day.
Showing your age.
Yeah, it's true. You know, I'm not streets
Back
ahead.
in the day,
I'm
Bill
not streets
Lam-
ahead
Bill
like you.
Lambier used
I'm
to
not over
throw
here
people
wearing
down.
Yeezys to commentate, you know?
Hey,
so
they're comfy. Don't hate. Don't hate.
why don't you just wear some Uggs?
Maybe I will.
Maybe.
All right, you'll have Jesus go over and play Tracer. We'll see Mangachu go with the Pharah, and then you'll have Sherlocky play the Mercy here. So Bud's not going to play the Junkrat. He'll play the 76. We've seen Mangachu play Pharah on this
One of the better
before.
Pharahs as well.
Oh, without a doubt. I think FNRGFE, they have to have an idea that Mangachu's going to pull this out. That's why you pull out the 76.
I just want to have to deal with the high ground here in Mangachu as he continues to lay down some more rockets. You just got to be very mindful. A lot of work for Cool Matt too. If he gets picked off early, it's going to give Mangachu a lot of free reign to be able to get some more kills, and opening it up with a kill there onto Bonnie. But they do lose their Winston in the process though. Point has opened up. Seems like Renegades will be able to get control of this one as they continue to force back members of FNRGFE. And the Detroit Renegades are in control at the start here. I just did not expect it, truly.
Look, this first map, you had Mangachu make an impact on Junkrat. Now you have him making an impact here on Pharah. We'll see if they can hold the point with this Pharah. I know you can almost use it like the Junkrat, right? Just spam the rockets down through the choke. We'll see if he's able to pick up anything because he's spamming down the rockets. Right? Sherlocky is giving him either the damage or the heals, obviously. So he's building up closer towards the res. You force those fights in the confined areas, you can end up getting one of those big reses off.
We're bringing the fight right to the front door here. Just look out for that pulse bomb. It is going to drop down, and there goes the barrage.
If they want to use it here, and there it comes from Jer.
Okay, so the sound barrier comes out first. They still are going to have the res there on the docket. Sound barrier comes on the other side, and if you're Renegades, you're feeling pretty good right now, knowing that you're going to have the resurrect. They're going to bring back Jer into the fight, though, just to keep that healing going, and it seems as if you're going to have all of the Renegades swarming around Muma here. But he's going to go primal. He's going to just try and see if he can make a play happen, but the flip is going to come out here, and they're going to regain control yet again. Muma, he has to be very careful not to die. That could slow down this push here for FNRGFE, but he manages to stay alive.
Cool Matt does have a self-destruct. He'll use it on the point. He gets demeched. It's going to force some of the members of Renegades out, and it's going to be Muma and Clockwork. Clockwork with 2 as FNRGFE comes right through the front door. They're able to take the point back. Muma uses that Primal Rage to stay alive long enough. Do some more damage. Then his teammates come off the spawn. At that point, both of the supports are dead for Renegades because you had taken out Jer. Sherlocky was coming off spawn as Mercy.
That's a kudo to Muma for sure, for being able to, one, using the Primal Rage at the opportune moment, right? Continuing to put that focus on him and then give his teammates the opportunity to go in there and make that rush happen to establish control here. But Renegades are going to be back on the point again as members of FNRGFE are just going to look forward here to find 2 tanks lingering inside of the point. No kills quite yet. Rocket Barrage comes through. Coolmat's going to get D-Mech, but he ends up killing himself because of the proximity of the barrage of rockets. But still, though, he manages to D-Mech Coolmat, and they do get the kill on Tamuma. So at the very least, those are small wins. But now that you have this Transcendence coming in, you lost both of your supports, and this is all FNRGFE. Yeah,
and Sherlocky dies before he can use the res there. FNRGFE in control of the point. Coolmat will call down his mech. You get rid of Zachary with 98% here on the clock. It'll be the sound barrier that comes out for Renegades. It'll connect with Jur, and it will connect with Jesus. Jesus falls. Sound barrier here for FNRGFE. It's going to be attack visor from Buds here as well, trying to put this one away.
A last-ditch effort now to keep them going in this fight. Sherlocky brings back Jesus, but Buds is going to get knocked off, though. And now Renegades looking to make this flip happen as they'll D-Mech Coolmat. You're going to have Muma just flailing around, swinging his fist as much as he possibly can here to just shut down the members of Renegades so they can close this game out. But Mangachu back on the prowl here, trying to stay alive. He just can't go too far away, or else that overtime will tick down. And continuously, you're seeing members of Renegades get into the point and just try and stall this one out. We're sitting at 99%, and it seems like a fight that will never end.
Jesus, 6 HP.
There
he
you
will
go.
fall. Prima Dolce pushed out of the point. It will go over to FNRGFE here, round number 1. And this is a huge round coming up next because, as we talked about, FNRGFE, if they win 4-0, they can play against Envision and see who gets 3-4. If they lose a map in this series, the best they can do is qualify.
That's right. For Renegades.
It is right, Alex.
A win would mean...
I looked at the stats before this. That is correct.
I know. It was very impressed, because typically you're not known for your maths, but you did it, I mean, New York education didn't fail.
It's not entirely
didn't fail
true.
you like it failed me.
It's not. The public education system did me well.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm
glad in Long Island it works out there.
it does. Buds, he'll go over to Farah. You'll have Bonnie play the Mercy. Mangachu will stay on the Farah here for Renegades. We'll see. Once FNRGFE was able to take the point, they never switched off of the Farah Mercy, and they were never really to get much out of it after that. So, see Buds and Mangachu. Ooh, okay, nice shots from Buds. I was like, okay, they're going to dance a little bit here in the sky, fire some rockets. Nobody will hit each other for a little bit. Buds with some nice shots there. 2 well-placed rockets right to Mangachu. Deals with him rather quickly.
Yeah, Buds just got in his face, and his Farah as well. I mean, we talked about Mangachu being one of the more formidable Farahs in the region, but Buds, I mean, this guy has shown a lot of skill with this hero. We just have to be very careful here because Mangachu is going to try and take the fight here to Buds. As Buds really just focuses down here, and now that he has him in front, and those are just rockets that will connect each and every time. Sherlock is going to be in a world of hurt, has to be so careful as well. Will get picked off. Just got the resurrection though, so that could play a role going into this next fight. But FNRGFE have a lot to work with.
And here's the thing: if you're Renegades, what do you do? Like, if you're going to move Mangachu off of this, and you're going to take Sherlocky off of the Mercy, what do you do?
I think you usually just stick with it.
Usually you have Mangachu and you kind of move off this. He plays something like Hanzo, Junkrat, right? Like the different kind of heroes. We've seen him play Genji before.
Yeah, I just don't think anything would really work out here.
Coolmat takes out Sherlocky, so you're not going to get a res here. It'll be a pulse bomb from Clockwork on a Primo Dolce. He'll go for a swim. So you haven't made any progress getting over really even the bridge for Renegades here. And the issue is because, look, now at FNRGFE, you're up to like 60%. You have some ultimates on their side. You have the res. You're going to have Sound Barrier and have Rocket Brush. Now, if you're Renegades and you switch off of this, because let's say, for argument's sake, you have to move Zachary off of the Diva, Mangachu off of the Farah, and then Sherlocky off of the Mercy, you're kind of resetting 3 ults for your guys.
Yeah, like I said, there's just no time.
And
there's
it's
70%.
so late in the game, yeah.
There's just no time. The best bet here is to take out Buds, and they do manage to make that one happen. As Buds will fall, but that will have to prompt them to use the tempo res, bring Buds back, but that's a big res that you don't have to worry about going into this next fight. They will have the res for themselves to use here, and that's going to be the 3 that they would want to bring back into this one. And they drop the Diva Bomb as well, taking out Buds after just coming back alive. And now Renegades, they're going to look to try and establish some control here. They just need to take out some of the stragglers that are lingering around. Bonnie won't have res, so they really just need to take him out as soon as possible. 99%. Now, taking FNRGFE 1% from being able to win, 1 fight from being able to win here, but Renegades finally find it in themselves to flip it, and they're back in this game, but for how long?
Yeah, they had to use their res to bring Jur back into the fight, then use a sound barrier to get to the point, but FNRGFE, they're able to hang on to it for long enough. Looks like Bud's, okay, that was really smart. Bud switches over to Widow, takes out Mangachu, goes right back to the far, and now going to go back into the sky.
And given that he had just used his barrage, it really doesn't even matter at that point, right? You just get that kill right off. That was a very smart play. A good use of hero switching as Jesus continues to dance around the point here, staying alive, peppering shots wherever he can. But Clockwork, he's going to be the one to get that first kill there onto Jur. That will open things up here. And Clockwork has had quite the season thus far. There's been a lot of discussion about the FNRGFE tanks, but Clockwork and Bud's never to be outdone here. They are going to contribute to this potential victory here. They just got to clear out Primo Dolce, who is very weak. Mangachu flies around the area. He's going to go in with the barrage. He's going to throw down the barrage, gets 2 kills from there. But is anyone there to be able to make that flip happen? They're just trying to hold on.
If Jesus can stay alive long enough, Sherlocky just gets res. See if he can bring some of the members of Renegades back into the fight.
He needs to stay alive.
Oh, yeah, beautiful play there. Jesus able to help Sherlocky stay in the action. Renegades
so close.
Still holding on to the point here. FNRGFE, you will have res, you will have Soundbearer in this next fight. For Renegades, you got to get a good use of their support ults. Yeah, if Renegades can get a big res here, maybe you take out...
They got to take out Buds.
Yeah, they got to take out Buds here early.
Mangachu can't lose his battle. This is probably the dogfight that he needs to win here. The dogfight to end all dogfights, but it seems like Buds, he's just going to go for the kills down low. Now we're going to be at 91%. Buds is going to get the first kill onto Primo Dolce. Sherlocky, when are you going to use that res, buddy? Because you need to use it at some point in time. Maybe you're waiting for 1 or 2 more members to die, perhaps. And there you go, the 3-man res, bringing it back. Zachary's able to get that kill onto Coolmat. And now you're going to see, as FNRGFE, they're losing players on the point. Renegades.
Bonnie still has the res, though. He's going to come in. He's going to bring Coolmat back into the fight. This is one. Renegades so close to taking map number 1.
They're on it. They're on it. They're going to make this flip happen if Renegades aren't careful. They have bodies. They have Zachary. They have Mangachu floating around. Sherlocky as well. So intense here. Overtime, 99% on both sides, and Renegades are giving it everything they have. The barrage comes through for Mangachu as he's able to get the kill onto Bonnie. And they're trying to establish some semblance of control here. They have presence on the point, FNRGFE, but Renegades, they're coming in fast and hard, and they have to be so cautious about this. You're going to have Muma. He's going to pop Primal Rage to keep himself alive here. Keep this fight going. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this is happening, X.
Yeah,
this is happening. Oh my God, Renegades have just won game 1. We got a series, boys. We got a series. Okay. Holy moly.
What felt like the longest fight in history. 99.99 for what?
God.
3 minutes? Renegades pulls it out. Some nice plays by Mangachu on the Pharah. And wow, that is a huge loss for FNRGFE. Obviously, now he knows some pressure going through the rest of the series. You got to win this series against Renegades.
Yeah.
And now with that loss, I don't believe they can tie in Vision, so I believe the best they can do is just get in, which means if they do get in, they would play Envy in round number 1.
I mean, wow. Big credit to Renegades.
Yes.
Digging deep, giving it everything that they have here. But now you have to kind of come back to reality as we go into hybrid. And I mean, I would have to give FNRGFE the nod here. You'd be crazy not to.
Maybe they can make something work around Mangachu with the Pharah or the Junkrat and make this a series. Rogue has to be like screaming in front of their monitors right now. So happy. See Renegades come out and play well, at least in map number 1.
Yesterday, I don't know if it was Harsha or Captain Planet, forgot who tweeted, but they said, with that, Rogue's chance of qualifying, done.
Done.
And then Mangachu responded with a sad face right away.
Well,
and that's when you were like, oh, snap, like, they actually want to win this game.
Because everyone has written them off. I mean, they won 2 maps up until this point. This is their 3rd map win. So, I mean, they have played teams tough as of late. But you did not expect them to come out, and obviously it's only 1 map in this series. Still a lot of series left.
Yeah.
But still, they took the fight to FNRGFE. They were able to take it map number 1.
All right, well, Detroit Renegades are up 1-0 against FNRGFE in a matchup that FNRGFE simply cannot lose. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, map number 2. Welcome back, everyone, as we get ready for map number 2. It is going to be on Numbani. And if you're just joining us, Renegades, who have won 2 maps all season long, just won their 3rd map here in a deciding game for the playoffs for FNRGFE. If FNRGFE loses, Rogue will take their place in the playoffs. And this is the world we live in. For some, it may be the darkest timeline.
Yeah, I mean, if you were Rogue, you would have picked any other team to go up against FNRGFE outside of Renegades, right? I mean, you'd have been like, oh, if Congarna's going there, maybe we got a shot, or Immortals even, towards the end of the season. So unlikely coming into this match that Renegades would pull it off. A map win on map number 1 has given us some life. We'll see what they do on map number 2. Personally, I think this is one where maybe you can get magnitude with the Far Mercy when you're on offense. It'll be Renegades on defense to kick things off. And maybe you can do it. I think you look at... I love
how everything now is like, maybe?
Well, it's kind of funny. Like, we've been talking about it all season. We've been building up to this Renegades defensive stand on Hanamura.
The Holy Trinity.
Imagine. Because you wouldn't go Valskaya, because we've seen how good Bonnie is on the Sombra, right? Imagine for Rogue to get into the playoffs.
It comes down to the Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity.
If it comes down to the Holy Trinity and that's what decides it all, I would...
The Orisa.
I would join Brennon eating a cake-shaped suit jacket.
Orisa, Torbjorn, Symmetra
or
sends Rogue to the playoffs.
That's actually what I meant.
Renegades on defense, they'll go with triple tank.
This is happening.
They'll have Mangachu run the Roadhog. A hero we've seen him play in the past. And Jesus will play the 76. They'll be going up against Buds on that Pharah, Bonnie on the Mercy here. So we have seen FNRGFE do nice things with the Pharah Mercy on this point, but a lot of pressure towards the high ground.
And pretty good biotic nade there coming out. That should give Sherlock a good indication of how many people he had hit. But Buds is going to dive right in, and you've seen this aggressive Pharah play in the past, and it's just going to displace the 76 Jesus, but he is going to be kept alive, though. Knocked all the way back. And FNRGFE, they are going to have some bodies still on the point here. Renegades are going to have to get out of their safe zone and challenge. Biotic Nade comes in to give them that additional healing and give them the engagement in this fight. Mangachu's being rocked as he will fall, and they end up losing out on 2 players now. And this is certainly not looking like a solid hold for Renegades. FNRGFE were able to march right in there. And he had some crazy spins from Zachary, but that is going to do it, and that will be a cap for FNRGFE.
Yeah, Zachary there with the 360s in the sky, signaling.
Showing that sensitivity.
Yep, signaling it was over. So, now we have Mangachu go over to Genji. You have Sherlocki, he will go off of Diana. He will go over to Zenyatta. So, now for FNRGFE, you have Buds here with the Rocket Barrage. You have Bonnie with the Res, and you're also going to have Sound Barrier here. So, we'll see FNRGFE in a good position to set a great time here on Numbani. So, they take point A, relative ease. Now moving down the streets towards point B.
Clockwork. They know exactly where they are. They're in the Atria building, and they're just going to wait for that moment to push in. And if they come outside, they're going to be met by a barrage of missiles. They have to be careful not to lose their tank here. And Prima Dolce, well, he's going to have to go Primal Rage, or else it certainly would have spelled bad news for him on that one. I'm just going to knock a couple folks back here. FNRGFE still haven't really invested much.
It's 2 kills in favor of Renegades. Mangachu is able to take out Clockwork early. You're able to get Bonnie out of the fight, so you don't get a chance to use the res. They're going to have to fall back. So you did force them to use their Primal Rage.
They got payload progress, though. They're almost around that bend. So most fights, you'll see it usually take place right before the crosswalk there.
If they can survive this, Rocket Barrage and then the res that comes after it with their own Sound Barrier maybe, and then you get Mangachu with his Dragon Blade, they can still hold on here, Renegades.
See, the opening first kill will come onto Primo Dolce. Unfortunate for him as he gets taken out. Buzz is looking for the prime opportunity to be able to use the barrage, but you have the Dragon Blade for Mangachu, who is going to be about half health on that one. Just got to be careful. There goes the barrage, and they're just going to be able to take out quite a few members. Buzz, he has to get out. Oh, that's going to be a double, but Bonnie's going to bring him right back into the fight here and keep this one going. So far, so good for FNRGFE as they went out on that engagement.
And now we'll see if Renegades can back towards the payload, use that Transcendence, keep some players alive, and hold on D, because you look at FNRGFE, they had to use a lot there. They used their self-destruct, they used their Rocket Barrage, res in Sound Barrier as well. As Jesus behind enemy lines, trying to get onto the payload here with Zachary to hold on for a little bit. There's the Transcendence coming in from Renegades.
Transcendence is going to start to fight. Clockwork doesn't get anything with the Pulse Bomb, though. You are losing out on Cool Matt. And now this is when you start to be a tad bit concerned for FNRGFE. They recognize it. They're just going to have to back away on this one. Regroup, replan, maybe change out some heroes here. And, okay, so let's see if they decide to do that or if they stick with the Farmers, which I don't think they would. No, Bonnie's going to go over to the Zen and Buds to the 76. This is about par for the course of what you would expect to see at this point here when you run that Far Mercy on Numbani.
We'll see coming into the next fight, you have both Lucios about even towards their sound barriers. I think Jesus can definitely turn the tides in this fight, land a big Pulse Bomb. He can take out one of these players early. That allows you to build up towards another Transcendence. There's the Pulse Bomb from Jesus, takes Buds out right away. Yeah,
and you know what? Good on Buds, too, to stop moving and recognize that all the players just had to disperse, or else it could have been really bad for FNRGFE. Still, though, they back up for a second, wait for Buds to get back into his Soldier 76, so he'll just be able to sprint back into the action here.
But he's obviously not going to build a lot towards Tac Visor.
Very true.
You don't have a Pulse Bomb here. You're going to have Primal Rage. This is a fight for FNRGFE. Maybe if you can force Mangachu to use that blade, and then you lose this fight, you come into the next one with some support ults, it looks a little bit better.
They are losing a couple members here, FNRGFE. Renegades were also taking a lot of damage as well. Clockwork just lingering around. He's going to continue to play the back lines, play the flank, see if he can harass a little bit more, as FNRGFE have to recollect themselves and get ready for this next fight. But yes, you're right. You did use that Dragon Blade there.
And maybe FNRGFE, you get close to a sound barrier here, you can use that, stay alive long enough. Maybe you get a Transcendence, but you already have both support ults online for Renegades. G is going to get another Pulse Bomb as well. There's a sound barrier that comes out of Jur. I believe Clockwork in the backline forces that one out.
Well, the fight will open up with the beat there. And then on the other side, FNRGFE, they're going to get their sound barrier right at the nick of time. There goes the Diva Bomb, but it doesn't connect with anyone. And that's going to be FNRGFE getting point B. They're second on the board. And now we get ready here for the final phase. But good on Renegades. They held them to a considerable amount of time there.
Yeah, pretty good hold there on the Streets phase, considering how fast FNRGFE was able to take that first point. FNRGFE also holds on to their Transcendence during that, so only needed to use the sound barrier. They used Attack Visor there as well. Pulse Bomb too. So Renegades, you're starting to build up towards that Dragon Blade. Maybe you get Dragon Blade, you're able to get one, you force out the Transcendence. FNRG loses the fight, then it swings things heavily in Renegades' favor.
Primal Rage coming from Prima Dolce, but he's just getting shredded there, and he will fall immediately.
Where's the Diva to kind of fly in there with him and use the Matrix, keep him alive a little bit longer? It seems like
they're putting a lot of emphasis on protecting.
It seems like him and Zachary are just not on the same page.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. You know, he's hanging out in the back a little bit too much. He should get in the face and try and help him out, mitigate the damage, force people away. But Mangachu not with the Dragon Blade, but that's going to bring out the Transcendence there. Now keep them going. Remember, Bud's getting dangerously close to that Tac Visor as well. Look for high ground, and he could be a real
Sherlock is going to have Transcendence here, though, as well. So they're going to use the Transcendence. They're going to use the Tac Visor here, too. Nice play by Zachary. Get right in Bud's face. Clockwork, though, takes Jesus out.
So they get not a lot of value out of that. But still, they were able to get a couple kills in that exchange. Was it enough, though, is the question? It doesn't seem to be the case. Kill feed will be lit up in blue. And now they just got to take out Boink here. And that's going to do it. Teamed with Boink in the charity event, by the way. Super fun to play with him. Mangachu, he's a cheater.
And Mangachu will have a blade coming into this next one, most likely. You'll have a sound barrier. And it's going to be tough for FNRGFE because you just used the Transcendence, right? It's going to be tough to build up towards another one, probably later into the end of the game. You have a sound barrier here. You need to get good use of it.
Less than a minute remaining here. They're also going to have the sound barrier in a little bit for Renegades as well. The first kill is going to come through for Mangachu, or come through and it will affect Mangachu. Remember though, you are going to have that defender's advantage there. Diva Bomb, self-destruct, drop through, sound barriers on both sides. Prima Dolce though, with the D-Mech onto Cool Mac could certainly hurt them here, X.
Yeah, you're going to get the Transcendence of your FNRGFE. Mangachu goes through one, he pops out the Dragon Blade. Oh, he's slicing and dicing. He's able to get Bonnie as well. So now you get Bonnie out of the equation, 93% towards that Transcendence, not going to have it. FNRGFE may not even make it back towards that payload.
They can take, oh my goodness. They were able to do this. 13 seconds remaining and they can stop them from getting that third point here. And they're going deep. They're diving straight for it, man. They're not letting them have any quarter whatsoever. No space to work with. 2 seconds remaining.
Oh, he's body
time. Boink, he's going to go in there last minute. Now overtime's going to be in effect. Pulse bomb's going to be dropped, though. Transcendence in effect. But it will be Renegades who are going to hold them off now. Get a couple kills on the board. Actually, a lot of kills on the board. Buds and Clockwork trying to stay alive over here as Clockwork will linger around the payload, but they're going to clear him out. And overtime's going to tick down, and it seems as if FNRGFE won't be able to complete the map here, and that is just absurd sensitivity.
Zachary's going crazy.
Going crazy. And here we are. Renegades.
Mangachu is
have a win condition.
Turned into Shadowburn in the last week. Son Genji just like mowing through people as a fantastic defensive stand for Renegades. So this has to be very scary for FNRGFE. We'll see if they can get a hold on defense. If you're Renegades, you have to go. You have to go Far Mercy here, right?
I mean, yeah.
Or I mean, hell, Mangachu is a great Genji. He's feeling it. Just let him go.
You could play the dive with the Genji, get into the back, look for Jesus to get. I don't think the Widow would be a good play here. I would put Jesus. Jesus is having a pretty decent game on Tracer, but no, they're going to do it.
Well, this team has been much better when we've seen Jesus in the lineup.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
For sure. So we'll see what Jesus decides to do. So Jesus will be on offense here. Maybe he goes with the Widow. Maybe you see him go pick up the Tracer. Not exactly sure yet. Most likely you'll have Mangachu stay on the Pharah with Sherlocky on the Mercy. He'll kind of contest on that high ground. If they can get Buds off of this high ground, force him down low, this is one you could definitely see Renegades take that first point.
Matt, Renegades have all the momentum right now.
Attackers incoming in 30
like,
seconds.
Let that sit with you for a second here. If they come out and just shut them down first push, oh boy. Like, I'm going to need someone to hold me.
And that won't be me.
No, it will
it
not.
will not be me.
It will not be you.
So,
just go to Doa.
Yep, looks like both teams are going to set up. There'll be Buds on the high ground here for FNRGFE. Bonnie will be playing the Ana. Look to see maybe he lands a sleep dart. Players start to come up towards that high ground. A lot of the pressure will be here on Mangachu to get a pick.
You did say go with the Far Mercy. I mean, it works. It works. You know exactly what to do here, and they see it coming, so they're trying to just get ready to go, but Renegades are going to force him back. And Mangachu, instead of diving straight forward and going to the streets, he's actually playing around the point a bit more. And that is the difference that we saw from the last game.
And you see Primo Dolce die again first, and you have to wonder, like, the positioning from this team, just coordination of the tanks. Like, you're able to do it on Li Jiang. I don't know how often you'll be able to do it when your kind of main tank is dead.
FNRGFE really did just a good job of kind of turtling inside, not allowing them to have that dive that they would ideally want going into that, like they did against Renegades in the last game. But the fight's going to continue on here. Tanks are going to get back into action. And Mangachu is going to continue to get more free farm here. He's at 84% on that, 87 now. He's continuing to build on that barrage, and it could be really bad here, especially if they try and challenge from the streets now.
Well, I was going to say they have the res as well, and now they're going to have the rocket barrage. He has to hide here. The attack visor comes out from Buds. Muma jumps up to the high ground, takes him out of the fight, but it is Renegades still on the point. It'll be the nano boost used here for FNRGFE onto Muma. The kills still going, though, in favor of Renegades. You had Zachary be put to sleep here for a second. It'll be a pulse bomb that comes out from Zachary, not able to connect with one. Now Muma, after the nano boost, pops the Primal Rage.
Yeah, but look for Mangachu to come back into this fight here in just a second. There goes the sound barrier now, and now Mangachu taken to the skies with that barrage. It's going to dive right into the back here. That's going to be the sound barrier down for FNRGFE as well. And there goes the barrage, but gets shut down, and FNRGFE are able to maintain themselves. And Renegades,
and they don't even get a tick.
No, they don't. They got nothing out of that, and that is just heartbreaking there if you're Renegades.
Now you're going to see them switch off the Far Mercy. So Mangachu will go over to Genji. You'll have Sherlocky go over to Zenyatta here. So it's a good initial first two fights here for FNRGFE. So now Bud's trying to put down some damage. He's going to see the Genji come out. You're going to know the Zenyatta is going to come out as well here. Clockwork with the pulse bomb. See, maybe he can get an early pick, swing things in FNRGFE's favor. He sees the players down on the point, has them up on the high ground. Just trying to find the right member. He sticks it right onto the back of Zachary.
They're going to be able to demech him in exchange. Got to look for Renegades to be able to get some kind of follow-up, but FNRGFE will maintain it yet again. It's just been full control here from FNRGFE. Now Renegades back to it one more time. Are you just hoping to build some more ults because you just don't have time?
I mean, you're hoping, right, Jesus can make a play with a pulse bomb, that you stay alive on the point long enough where you earn a Transcendence, you earn a Dragon Blade. Bonnie will have the nano boost. You'll also have a self-destruct, and Bud's is going to get attack visor in the next fight. So maybe you see a nano visor, or maybe you see Muma get the effects of the nano boost, which you do see.
Yeah, nano boost is going to go down, but Jesus is going to be able to get the kill onto Bud, so you won't have attack visor for this fight at the very least, and you need to be able to follow this one up. Self-destruct will come into play here, and Cool Matt 69, my man. Oh my goodness, he is just able to outstrafe Jesus on that with the Bunny Blaster, reestablish himself in the mech, and now it's going to be FNRGFE with this final hold here.
Renegades trying to back up here. Get one more shot at getting on to the point. Buds will have a tack visor, Clockwork will have pulse bomb, and maybe Boink gets a sound barrier here. You have a Transcendence to lead the way, and you have a Dragon Blade. This is by far Renegade's best chance.
Yeah, well, you need to make a play here. Can't let Buds, or excuse me, actually Buds go crazy with attack, and Clockwork go crazy with the pulse bomb there as well, and can't lose Zachary either. Bud's gonna be hanging on the back lines. Transcendence went through, and now Mangachu with that Dragon Blade, but Jesus, he was able to take out the Diva in this fight, and in overtime, it might be the case. Renegades digging deep should be able to make this cap happen here. No one is going to be there to contest, and that will do it. So they do manage to get 1 point here.
It was not easy, though.
No, it was not at all. But still, though, they're in this fight.
Yeah, and they're going on the hunt, seeing if they can get some of these stragglers for FNRGFE before they go back and really focus on moving the payload. They only have a little bit over 2 minutes here, 2 minutes and 10 seconds to make their way down the streets phase here, but coming into this next fight, they'll have a sound barrier. Bonnie with the nano boost. You don't have that second support ult. It's going to be a pulse bomb. Going to get eaten up there by Coolman.
Saw that disappear into the Matrix. And now, as they dive in, still not a lot of progress has been made thus far. It's a credit to, you know, their tanks for diving in, but Jesus, with that D-Mech onto Cool Matt, sound barrier is going to go down as well, and Jesus, he had a lot of people turning back here. Mangachu's about to have a blade in just a little bit as well. Do you opt to use this one here? Biotic Nade comes through, so he isn't going to have any protection, but Mangachu is going to go right into it. He will have the healing now from the Transcendence to keep him going. Mangachu manages to cut Boink as he was mid-air, but Cool Matt gets the kill on him and goes right back into the mech. Yet again, Cool Matt with the Bunny Blaster doing work. But they're still making progress with this payload.
They did have to use both support ults there, Renegades.
Yes.
For FNRGFE, you'll have attack visor, self-destruct, and the sound barrier coming into the next fight. It's really going to be on Jesus to make a play with a pulse bomb early. Then maybe Zachary are able to stall it a little bit longer with that self-destruct. We'll go on with Jesus. He's the one who needs to make a play here. Spots Muma. Like 60 seconds left.
You know they're going to the back there, and the sound barrier has been dropped down, but they were able to push away some of the members of FNRGFE. Despite that, though, 2 kills coming in for them as they take out.
They're going to reset.
More members of Renegades, and now at 42 seconds remaining on the clock, you have one good fight here, and there are no support ults coming into this fight. Oh boy, X.
Clockwork just uses his pulse bomb. Doesn't get anything off the spawn. You have Cool Matt with the self-destruct. That's it. Primo Dolce does have the Primal Rage. You can use that to get back to the point. This fight goes a little bit long, Alex. You're going to see both support ults come back online for Renegades.
Very true, and that is where you have to worry if you're FNRGFE. Primo Dolce, though, goes down so early. And again, he's just struggling to stay alive here. Is now they have to put bodies onto the point. They only have a couple seconds remaining, or else FNRGFE will win the game. Is anyone going to be within proximity to get the overtime to tick down here? And it looks like it will be Zachary. They do manage to put a body there. And at 99%, no, Sherlock, he gets taken out before he was able to have the Transcendence. You have no support for this fight. You gotta just stay alive, but the Transcendence comes through for FNRGFE now. And as members start to funnel in from Renegades, it's gonna be like lemmings, one after the other. But FNRGFE looking to shut them down at every opportunity they have. Overtime ticks down and no one can get there in time. A huge win for FNRGFE to open that one up, and that's going to give them the victory. We're knotted up 1-1.
On Renegades, they get back to the point. They're trying to stay on long enough for Sherlocky and Jer to earn both of their support ults. Sherlocky dies at like 98%, 99%. You lose Jer as well. It's unfortunate there for Renegades. Don't know what would happen. They got both support ults. See here, play the game coming in from Muma. doing a lot of damage there on the point. As FNRGFE, they tie the series up at 1 game apiece.
If they were able to pop the Transcendence, if he stayed alive just a second longer,
you figure,
the fight could have gone a little bit differently.
Absolutely, because I think both support ults come online there for Renegades. You kind of stagger them with each other. Mangachu probably gets a Dragon Blade. You probably get a self-destruct as well. Don't know what would happen there.
That's right. Well, guys, I mean, this series has been insane. We're tied up 1-1 right now as FNRGFE were able to win out on Numbani. Excited to see where we go for map 3. Think you all have a good guess where we're going. Holy Trinity. It's going to happen. But in any case, we're going to go to break. When we come back, the desk will discuss maps 1 and 2.